2. 1, 2, 3. Said, hold up.
There is a lot of buttons that you have to push and press and turn and prod and jiggle and juggle and all that stuff when there's no real like automational situation
going.
And that's okay. That's okay.
It is. It is okay. Happy Friday, people. What's happening?
I think we're missing.
We're missing.
You see that USB cable that's probably supposed to be plugged into this thing? Is that or is that something else? That's something else.
That's another.
I didn't see the cable.
That's another camera.
That is okay. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Cotton Candy Friday.
Happy Cotton Candy. Are we on? Like, do you see the sound going back and forth?
We are right there.
Yay.
Yes, we are on. We are popping. We are jumping. Do you want me to turn this up so you can see?
Oh.
There you go.
I love it.
So we're on and jumping. It is Cotton Candy Friday. It is a beautiful Friday morning.
It's Jazzed Up Friday.
In the Alamo City, it is also Jazzed Up Friday. Jazz. I
feel like these.
Friday.
I got it.
You got it now? You got it?
Soon at the end. At the end, I was like, boom. Glad I got that in. At the end, I was like, yes. So I was thinking to myself, you know, I'm here with it.
Yeah.
And you went here with it.
Right.
And I was like, what is that called? What are those musicals? Like Broadway shows.
Okay, yeah.
Broadway shows.
Right.
I feel like we can put on a Broadway show.
We could certainly put on a live stage show and have music and poetry
and dancing and all that kind of stuff.
Wouldn't
that be fun?
Acting, and we know enough people.
It would be so not like San Antonio to have a Broadway show with San Antonians within it.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of musical do you, why don't we do Grease, but then like flip it,
the black version.
Ease on down. Well,
no, that's
not
a different. Grease. That is not Grease.
That was the Wiz. So how do we Wizify?
And they did a black version of that. We're not doing the Wiz. We got
no.
Grease.
The Wiz is the black version.
Right. That's the black version.
So
right.
How do you Wizify Grease?
Just put black people in it. It'll do it itself. It'll transform.
This one's called Grease. You know.
No, Grease.
Grease. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, Grease. Yes, that is the Wizified version.
I can just see the black version of Grease, man. I can see it. Way to go.
And you go Grease Lightning, but it's like a 6-4.
Go Grease Lightning, it's a 6-4. And they would be a little bit more cool with it. They'd be like, go Grease Lightning. Mm-hmm.
Go Grease Lightning.
They'd have to dab it. They'd be dabbing. Go Grease Lightning. Okay. I'm picturing it in my head. That's why I'm laughing so hard.
What?
Okay.
It'd be either 6-4 or like a lamb or like something hot in the streets.
It would be great.
Right.
Is all I'm gonna say.
Anyway, Grease. That belongs to us now. All right. We're the ones that said
nobody can blackify, Grease Lightning but us at this point in time.
Exactly.
Now. Yeah.
Well, it is a beautiful day in the Alamo City. Temperatures are actually looking up, if you can believe that, right? Not saying just hot, but up. So today, right now, is 77 degrees. It seems to always be 77 degrees right about now in the Alamo City. I thought about that earlier today. So it's 77 degrees right now. Today's high will be in the triple digits at 101. Sorry. And the low tonight will be 76, all under partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow's temperature drops 1 degree to 100 as the high, and the low is 76.
1 degree.
1 degree. But dig this. Sunday, it drops another 1 degree to 99. You ready?
Okay.
And you'll get 99 Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, it drops to 97.
Ooh.
Couple degrees more.
Ooh, we're in a cold front.
For a few days. And then,
cold front.
Then a few days later, it drops to 95 is the estimated high. And then a few days later, it drops to 94. So it looks like the trend is for the next 2 weeks anyway, is to get 1 or 2 degrees cooler every couple of days.
I like it.
So I think we're on the.
I like it.
I think it's almost time, guys. Start
for fall.
Start sending out the bombers to the dry cleaners, and hopefully you get it back by the time it's time to wear them. And it's 70.
I always tell Zay, just wait till wintertime and watch us put our boots on like immediately, and watch us.
I can see the fever though, because I am, as a New Yorker, of course I have maybe 1 or 2 pairs of Timbs in my closet, Timberlands, and the feet get a little lonely. Without the Timbs on them sometimes. Sometimes I feel like it's time, and I'm also not really, unless I got to, I ain't no punk. But I'm really not gonna go do construction or anything like that. And on top of that, construction work that messes up your Timbs.
Right.
So why?
Not even trying to work in my Timbs.
So not even the point of having Timberland boots, right? But we took a thing that's supposed to be for work and we turned it into fashion.
Yes.
So what can you say? But I don't want to mess up my new bucks working.
Right.
No, we ain't doing that. That's almost like putting on your Jordans to play ball. Why would you do that?
Isn't it though? That's funny that you say that though, because do people wear Jordans to play basketball?
Why would I mess up my Jordans by putting them on a basketball court? Are you kidding me?
That's funny.
It's not what I
feel like
do.
I don't ever see people wearing Jordans playing basketball, but because or maybe you have a certain pair that you play basketball in.
The old ones. After you got the new ones,
messed up. Okay.
Right. So it's like if I went and got a new pair of the Reds, or the Breads, I should say, then maybe I use my old pair to play ball and try to channel Jordan so that I could at least get a layup in once.
Right. That is too funny.
As much basketball as I played when I was a little kid, I can honestly tell you I am not good.
Well, speaking,
Bananas.
I feel like I'm okay, right? But I was always better probably than it seemed, because I was the only black girl at a white girl school. So they just assumed I knew how to play basketball. Let the stereotypes ride. I'm a starter.
But like, okay, coach.
But really,
I don't think that Brittany should really be playing power forward right now. I think she should be backing me up
so I'm the chick.
And the coach is like, well, okay.
Well, all right. She is the black girl on the team. She must know.
She knows. Her people are just naturally gifted in certain aspects of life.
Holla at St. Mary's Hall. That's where it was. And so then I'm the little girl that's like, boom, boom, boom. I'm a killer at defense, right? Whatever. I get the ball. Everybody's going crazy.
Are you a killer at defense?
I'm a killer.
Because they're afraid?
Because I'm the black girl. They didn't want to get with it. They thought they was going to get hit by the Jerry curl. I didn't even have a Jerry curl. I didn't even have it. Come on now. I permed it up since I was 2.
Okay.
So anyway, I'm sitting there and I steal the ball. Whoop, gotcha. Got the ball. I'm dribbling down the thing. Everybody's like, yeah. I come up with the perfect, because I got forms. I'm an athlete. So I pull up. Air ball.
Yeah.
That was me. It looked so good.
All style.
Coming out of my freaking hands.
Right.
And I would back up like.
Oh, and she did it too, right? She threw it and then left the pinky out a little bit. And
I knew I was an athlete.
All style.
Air ball.
Very little substance. We ain't scoring. We don't look good, but we ain't scoring.
And then shortly after you got substitute.
Yeah, all kinds of double dribble and traveling and foul and all kinds of stuff on the way to that.
Stick to tennis.
Well,
stick to tennis.
You tried. And that's all that counts. Did you get a trophy?
Oh, yeah. In basketball, I played basketball for the school, so I don't know what we won back then. That was too long ago.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, tennis, I got lots of trophies. Karate, I got lots of trophies. Got lots of stuff. But basketball, not so much.
It's all right, though. It's okay. You tried. Nika, you tried.
I'm like the guy that goes out to the court and has like all Jordan on, like he look real right, but don't play so much.
Well, You have to compensate somehow.
But I got good form though. Don't get it twisted.
Right. You look good.
The look is
it's like you
awesome.
sing so well. Don't sound good, but oh my gosh, the passion cannot be matched.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I love it.
So,
all right, so today we are celebrating a few food things, which is always wonderful, and I'm always happy. Nika doesn't like food, so it doesn't matter. But me, I love it. So here's what we're celebrating today. It is August 24th, and today we are celebrating National Waffle Day. If you like waffles.
We like waffles.
Today is National Waffle Day. Absolutely. It is also National Peach Pie Day. That doesn't matter.
Peach cobbler.
Today is Peach Pie Day as well.
What's peach pie? Peach cobbler?
You get a pie
with peaches.
With peaches, the same way you would have a pie with apples or have a pie with cherries.
It doesn't have cobbler? No cobbler. I don't know. I've never heard of peach pie.
Let me learn you.
Peach cobbler.
let me learn you. So because I just recently found out what cobbler, like what's the difference between pie and cobbler, right?
Oh, really?
So the difference between pie and cobbler is that apparently cobbler is the middle part only. No crust, no nothing, no pie. So like you can basically scoop out the middle of a pie, put it on a plate, here's some cobbler. Right? So you don't it's like cutting the edges off a sandwich. Like if you don't want the crust.
Nah, man, that ain't cobbler.
That's what I was told.
This is what they said to you that what cobbler was?
Right.
A pie without the crust.
No, it's basically the middles of a pie. Opposed to like that's the texture, the thing of it.
Okay.
But you're not gonna get like cobbler as like a perfect triangle like a cake or whatever. Right, because that's what you get out of a pie.
Right.
A cobbler is more like if you took all the middles of a pie and put it all together, and then
you took,
if it's like you took the middle of a pie and you mixed it all
crust.
up. Yeah,
it's all about the crust.
Right. Well, it has. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's got crust on the outside.
The pie is very segregated with the pie and the filling and the crust and the filling are on the outside. And the filling is
and then there's But see, some people make cobbler where they have crust on the within the filling, and then some people don't. Right.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I feel like they're cobbler. Where did they go to cobbler school?
Fake cobbler.
Right. Where did you go to cobbler school? That's not how you make it. There needs to be some.
You might know how to sole a shoe, but this ain't
you might not know how to cut the crust off a pie, but this is not a cobbler, right? So okay, I got you. I got you.
So, but it's Peach Pie Day, not Peach Cobbler. And it is also National Maryland Day. So big shout out to all our friends in Maryland who watch and enjoy and
absolutely
right near our nation's capital.
Happy Your Day.
Yeah, happy Your Day. So go get some peach pie with a side of waffles.
No.
And watch something that was shot in Maryland. I don't know.
Put some peaches
look at the map and enjoy Maryland and try to figure out the capital and where all the cities are. That's how you can celebrate your day today.
Do you like stuff on your waffles? Like chocolate chips and pecans and I don't like nuts on food, but strawberries and.
I don't mind, but I'm really kind of like when it comes to a lot of things, I'm really boring. Right. Mm-hmm. So like I'm starting to evolve, but like let's say for instance my favorite donut is actually the plain cake donut.
I just want a plain donut. I don't want jelly and all that crap inside.
But I'm starting to evolve a little bit. Like I'm starting to, but then when I do evolve, like I won't eat like an entire one of those, right? Like I'll just be like cut it and then I'll have some of that and be like, wow, that was delicious, or maybe have a little piece of other ones, right?
It's always selling something.
So delicious. And when it comes to, like, let's say, for instance, when I go to a birthday party and they like, oh, here's cake and ice cream and whatever, you know what? Just give me some cake.
You don't want to put all that
or
stuff.
Give me the ice cream and I'll have that and maybe, I'm really boring.
So you don't like to
that.
mix stuff a lot?
I don't mind it when every once in a while, but like, don't just throw a bunch of stuff on because at that point, what am I tasting? What am I, if it's about the waffle.
What am I eating, people? What am I eating?
If it's about the waffle, then why are there 12 things on top of my waffle? Let me have the waffle and see if it's any good. I know I like whipped cream. I know I like strawberries. I know syrup is tasty. But if it's about the waffle, why you got to throw all this other stuff on it, right?
You are so interesting.
And boring. A little bit boring with my food decisions. I can say.
All right, so what are we talking about for cotton candy this mountain?
Okay, so
wait. First of all, before we even go into that, let me just ask, because things have been going on the last few days in the houses that sit on hills and stuff and everything. Is there anything interesting in
houses that sit on hills?
Houses
what
that sit on
Watching?
hills.
The hills have eyes.
and
House on the Hill.
And people that run our country.
Nika Cleaver finds a house.
You know what house I'm talking about.
I love this house. I think we should move in. But then there's already a resident to that house that doesn't want a roommate.
Get the F out of my house.
Nika Cleaver.
Oh my goodness. Look, so again, what I'm saying is, did anything happen in that house on the hill that they painted white and that 45? Man lives in?
Well, I don't think it's on a hill, actually.
He wants to get technical with me again.
No, but Capitol Hill, right? This is what you're thinking about. But,
this is exactly.
But the White House is not on Capitol Hill. Okay. If you go to Maryland, and just outside of that place is a little spot called Washington, D.C.
So,
and learn
what happened?
The topography, Nika.
What happened
I'm sorry.
in the house?
No, I mean, there's just a lot of, I don't know. It's the same story, guys. Everybody, it's the same. It's the same. Like, why? There's always a development, but I saw a meme the other day that made me, yesterday actually, that made me laugh because it felt true. And it's unfortunate that it feels true about our government, right? So it's basically a picture in the Oval Office of Donald Trump and his close cabinet members. And they put an X over everyone that's been fired or flipped or whatever in the picture. And there was like one dude left in the picture and Donald Trump, of the original whatever. And it was a meme because it said, looks like the season finale is almost here. Right?
Like we only got one star member left.
The season finale is almost here. And that's what it feels like. It feels like a show. It doesn't feel like this is government. Like,
no.
This is like it's hard to take seriously.
Yeah.
So I don't, part of it is to ignore some of it and don't give any air and whatever. And I know that the rest of the world is giving a lot of this stuff air. And maybe we could just do our part to ignore the silliness and just continue with life and hope for the best, in a sense, right? But be active in trying to prevent something like this from happening in the first place.
Yeah.
So there's certainly a lot of little things, but the story's still the same.
Right.
Some people don't want him to be president. He wants to be president at all costs. These people are, some people are actually speaking out against it. Right now, that used to be in, but now they're out and they're telling everything. And he's dissing them like they were never close and they're never friends and everybody's a thing. And everybody's still lying.
Right.
Everybody's lying. Everybody's backstabbing. Everybody's recording. Same story.
That's where we're at.
That's where it was last week, and that's where it was the week before that, and probably where it's going to be next week.
Yeah.
Right. So. It's all the same
I know the one of the hot topics of discussion is Little Mama with the Me Too movement.
Right. You want to talk about that? Okay. So
just because that can lead into some of our cotton candy discussions.
Yeah. Well, I also have another one that is very interesting. Something that happened this week. So we could talk about Asia Argento and Me Too.
Both of them.
Or we could talk. Okay. Yeah. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, interesting that happened this week.
On the left, on the right.
Is it a relationship interesting?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, well, that sounds like something. Okay, let's go with that.
Let's go with that one
first.
Then we can talk about Asia Argento. Okay. Imagine, if you will, you're on Tinder. You're looking for a mate because you're single. You happen upon a pretty girl. You're a guy, by the way.
Okay.
You happen upon a pretty girl.
Right.
That pretty girl says, I want to meet you.
Okay. Okay. Great.
What? Yes. What? It has been weeks since I saw anybody that wants to talk to me, and I think I have a date.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're excited.
It's going to be amazing. And I'm in New York City, so it's hard out here for
anybody.
Right.
Right.
Right. So anyway, So you're this guy. You jump on the train because they want to meet in Union Square, and obviously a public place. We ain't gonna sit here and I don't know you yet, you don't know me yet. We're gonna jump on the train, go meet at the park at Union Square. You get out of the train, you walk to the park, you're on cloud 9 because you're about to meet a pretty girl and everything is great. It's not catfishing, so don't think it's that. Right? Mm-hmm. About to meet a pretty girl, everything is wonderful. You go to the park and it's packed as always, and you start to see in the area where she said, let's meet, and there's another guy there, and oh my gosh, here's another guy, and oh my gosh, here's a couple of 100 guys.
200 guys?
Suddenly there's a stage and somebody walks out on stage. It's the girl on my Tinder. She walks out on stage. She had invited all of those guys to Union Square to meet, then proceeds to weed them out. If you are shorter than 6 feet, please leave. Yeah. Hold on, I think there's a list of requirements here. If you're shorter than 6 feet, we're gonna ask you to leave. If you make under this, we're gonna ask you to leave. If in your last relationship, your girl broke up with you versus you breaking up with her, I trust her opinion, so please leave.
Wow.
Right? There's this list of requirements, and these hundreds of guys end up leaving and weeding themselves out, and suddenly there's a group of men left.
So people actually stayed and played along.
These guys were then asked to do a bunch of Hunger Games style things, push-ups and a race and a this and a that, to see who is going to end up being triumphant and can take me out.
Wow.
So there is actually a little bit of footage that I can show.
I'm like, wow.
Of some of this stuff. 150 guys.
So 150 guys show up somewhere and they think they're going on a date and find out that they're basically they got set up for an audition.
Right. It was basically an audition.
And 150 men. I know that there was some men that were like, screw this, I'm out. Like just from the flip.
Look at this. This is the Hunger Games style stuff that was happening.
These were the people that were left over.
Yeah, look at this. These are some of the. So this is a foot race. These guys are gonna you cheated. You should go home. But some of these guys took it as all in fun. Some of the guys didn't leave. They just didn't participate because they wanted to see what was happening.
Right.
At Union Square. Let me get out of this.
And she had rented a stage?
Oh yeah, there was a stage, a mic, speakers. She came out, said,
"It's me." Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Hold on. There is actually also footage of. Well, I have to wait for it to do its thing. But yeah. So this woman apparently she did it in conjunction with. She called it a social experiment, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was supposed to. See you later. Okay. See. It was supposed to draw awareness. Right, to the tropes of internet dating, and in some cases the ridiculous and the arbitrary nature of these dating apps,
right? And
how it has nothing to do with your personal
how you are,
and everything to do with these arbitrary things like if you're not
6 feet tall,
if you don't make this money, if your girl broke up with you, and those kind of things. Let me see if I can get the okay, so this is a video of her. Let me not do that and now there's an ad. There's always an ad. But this is basic. So she got together with this other gentleman as this social experiment, and this is not the first time that he's done anything like this. His last thing was, do you remember the video where there was a young lady walking down the streets of New York City, and then there was a camera on her, and they were monitoring how many cat calls, like basically what it's like to be a woman in the city.
Gotcha.
And how many? Do you remember that video?
I do not.
You do not. Okay,
yeah.
So there was this other experiment where basically a pretty girl, and all they did was walk down different avenues in New York City and just kind of like with this camera kind of track how many people didn't take her seriously or just was catcalls or just treated her as a sexual object.
Right.
And basically they put out this video and then said, this is what it's like to be a woman in New York City, right? So this was another stunt to kind of bring awareness to the culture or whatever. However, the internet has not really loved the stunt that much. I mean, it's okay. So this is what you're doing, right? But you tricked so many people into coming to, like you're playing with people's emotions, right? Like I thought that I was going to meet a really interesting person and we were going to go on a date and this was my day, and then I get there and it turns out to be
a freaking competition it's a competition or a competition, but more like a study. So like I'm literally like
also it's not official, right? So it's just some D-bag and a friend of his that just wanted to come do this, wasting my time
at the end of the day
and getting my hopes up. Right?
So it could go in a whole bunch of different ways. You can get people that's like, literally, you wasted my time. You get folks that are actually lonely and was excited to have
was excited to meet somebody,
right,
to
or whatever, and then now their
relationship.
Feelings are hurt. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of things. Of different emotions that
These are the two. I'm just showing you. Go ahead, you can keep talking. But these are the two that did the thing. They were on Good Morning America talking about it. It's been dubbed the Tinder trap, right? And
they apologized for what they did.
No, they didn't apologize, and they're not about to, because that's not they did it on purpose, right? Why would we apologize? We did this on purpose. We wanted to do this. We wanted a show. We wanted people to see. We wanted to blah blah blah. So I would love to hear what our people think, and I would love to know what obviously on the feed. What do you guys think of this? Like, and flip it now. What if it was some guy on that stage?
If it would have happened to you,
weeding out a bunch of women, saying, "Okay, if you're not, a C cup or above, you may leave."
So here's the thing with that one. I feel like you couldn't even flip it. Now, possibly you could. I'm not saying that there's not 150 women out there that, might, be willing to, or I don't know. I just don't even know if you would fit.
What do you mean? 150
women show up. That dude would have to be fine and rich. But if 150 women show up,
why does he have to be fine and rich?
I don't know.
Remember,
in my mind,
you don't know that a bunch of people are coming through, right? You have no idea. Okay, here's some more of the video. You have no idea that a bunch of people are coming through. All you know is I'm about to go meet somebody that I'm interested in.
No. I'm just saying, as soon as you get there, like there's got to be that. To me, it's interesting that a lot of people stay to play the game. I guess because you've already wasted my time, so why not see what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting that that people even stay to play the game.
I think it's also that people stayed,
because I wouldn't have stayed to play the game.
If it was a female, I don't think that she would have stayed to watch. I don't think anybody would have played.
That's my point.
Like no woman would have taken part in the games.
That's my point. I feel like no women would, or not very few women would be taking part in the actual games. That's what I feel like.
Right. So look at all those guys. Look at all these guys that were just there. Oh, and you can leave now. If you don't have this, you can leave now.
She love it. I love it.
Okay. Why do you love it? I'm interested. I'd be interested to know as to why people like this.
I love that 150 men are in one spot to come holler at your girl. Let's see what we doing here. That sounds like some fun times to me.
I don't know. Look at this push-up contest.
In competition to take me on a date. That's an ego boost like no other.
But then now we're back to the double standard, right? Because that's an ego boost for you. Great. Oh, I love it. And then if a man did it, then it was like, oh, what are you doing? Why would you?
Ego boost for whoever is the person that everybody came out there to date. Like that particular person.
I don't think it's difficult if you're a pretty girl to get 150 people to agree to a date.
Absolutely not.
You know, and if you're a handsome man, let's say it was, you know, it was somebody that looked like Boris and he had his stuff together.
They have the Bachelor and all that other stuff, and they have women competing all day.
But that's a different thing. So those women are there's also something attached to it, right? So you have the Bachelor, but there's also, it's a television show, right? So now it's the possibility of fame and the possibility of money and the possibility of,
and that's,
you know,
and women will do it for the fame and the monte. That's for sure.
So if they're doing it for that, that's different, right? But these guys, all they wanted was a date. And I'm sure that the right man could certainly pull 200 females to come to a place that want to date him. But if you get there and there's that bait and switch that's happening.
Yeah. Maria said, everyone has their own opinion. It's like she wanted attention. I would not even say I'm there for that cause. I would not even say that I'm there because it's sad. It doesn't matter what you look like. She could have hurt someone's feelings. In the long run, she probably did.
Almost positive.
She hurt somebody's feelings. Absolutely.
I'm almost positive
and whoever feelings she hurt, I'm sure they left immediately. That's what I'm saying. There's people. When I see that, if it was flipped and it was women and 150 women showed up and we was all talking and we all thought we was going to be on a date somewhere and then we all realized that we was all here to meet the same man, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like there would be the same playful reaction. I feel like it would turn into either a mob type situation where how dare you, or the women are just going to walk off and leave. There might be some that are like, well, heck, this is just fun. I'll play like a Shanita. I'm not taking anything too serious, right? I'm not coming on this first Tinder date to marry you. So if it ends up being some whatever fun thing happening, cool, I'm down to play. So that would be, I could see her saying that. You know, I could see somebody else being completely pissed and getting in their car and writing a letter.
I am going to write a strongly worded letter to my representative.
Somebody, right? I'm writing a letter to somebody because they can't be messing with people's emotions like that. Like, I know someone who would do that. Right. I know someone who would, like I said, stay and play to the very last game.
Right.
So it's just, you're literally dealing with different types of people, different emotions all the way across the board, and you're going to get them. So as long as you're prepared for every reaction, you know, then cool.
But I still feel as though there's more to explore, right? Because the double standard of, like, almost every guy stayed to play. Not almost every guy, but a lot of these guys stayed to play or stayed to watch, right? They're at least watching. And a lot of people participated, and a lot of people just wanted to go through the motion to see what would happen. That's guys. Now, the reaction we're getting is, that's interesting or that's whatever, right? But if it happens to a female, why is it so almost opposite? Right? So it feels as though right now most women are saying, oh, okay, that's interesting. You know,
because I think that
but if it was a female, most women would be like, oh, hell no.
The overall feeling is that females, when they're looking for stuff, they're looking for a relationship. When men are looking for it, they're just looking for sex. So, okay, okay, well, I'm going to take my shot at trying to get me some tonight versus I really thought we had something.
That's the perception, but that's not necessarily
No, I don't think it's the case, but I think that's the perception. So it seems like a double standard, but it ain't. I think the same amount of people, that there might be a little less in numbers, but you're still going to get the same thing whether it's a man or a female.
So you think that...
because they're still desperate, and I don't mean to say it like this, but they're still like, there's fun folks that don't care about whatever's going on, and there's desperate folks that are like, I don't have any friends. I don't have any reaction with folks. So just to be out here is fun, right? Just the opportunity to win. This competition is something that I'll do. Then you've got people that have got all the options in the world. They ain't staying.
Right. That's true too.
Meanwhile, I got 10 Tinder dates, and this was just one of the 10 that I'm going on.
Right.
So, okay, it's not it, no big deal. So it's really, I think it is a play-by-play situation, because some people are in different dating situations.
Right. That's
just
true.
Period. I mean, people who get a lot of people hollering at them truly don't feel like there's people out there that don't have anybody. And people that don't have anybody, it's hard to convince them that there's somebody out there for you.
That's true.
Because they're like, well, where the hell is they?
Madagascar. Just wait. They'll be right here. Or get you a plane ticket. No, I understand that. I can understand that. Well, there's certainly been, there's a lot of backlash. There has been a lot of backlash about this social experiment because, you know, it can feel distant and cold-hearted, right? So you're running a social experiment on people that didn't agree to be experimented on. And also, like you said, you may have really hurt a lot of people's feelings, and you're wasting a bunch of people's time.
Yeah,
right.
You just gotta be ready for the backlash.
You gotta be ready for the backlash.
When you do stuff like that, that's like you gotta know you can't go into something and think that everybody's gonna think this is great.
Right, and and if you're trying to make a point, trying to make a statement,
yeah,
you got to think about how you make your statement and how that's going to be received.
And you also need to,
because now the story is bigger than the statement. Now it's like, oh, how could you do that? Nobody's paying attention to your statement anymore.
And then the question too, to me, is what did she do to get these guys to go meet? Now, if there was actual, like, she spoke to somebody 22 times and they DM and, oh, you so handsome and you so this, and I see us going somewhere, woo, woo, woo. Like, did you have to do all of that lying to get them there? Or did you just say, you know, they just came out.
Did you just swipe right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. Like, hey, you know, oh, you're interesting looking, because like someone said, it doesn't matter if you're cute or handsome or whatever. You look like somebody I would maybe be interested in.
Right.
I'll meet you at the park.
Right.
So for our first time. Like, if that's all you said, right, and then they came to the park and it was something else, I need them not to be that freaking upset. It ain't like I done sat up here and we done talked 72 hours on the DM chat and sent each other pictures of our parents and boom, 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 boom. Okay. And, you know, we've been doing this for months and whatever. Right. Now, that to me is purposeful manipulation, and you're wrong for that.
Right.
But if Tinder already is a swipe left, swipe right, you know, swipe left if you like me, swipe right if you don't. If I swipe left, then you get this message, meet me at the park at 2.
Right. No.
You shouldn't be, I mean, you really haven't done that much to, like, feed into somebody's feelings. That's my thing. Because 150
male
people.
Or female?
Male or female.
Okay.
Male or female. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't care who it is. Like, how much time did that person put into getting you to come to the park?
Right.
Is really the actual question.
I can see that.
Before I'm going to tell you how horrible of a person you are.
Right. I can see that. Well, it's interesting because the young lady that took okay. So according to the video, they actually explained how they paid overseas workers to flirt on her behalf. So it wasn't even her, with 7,500 men. So this account
7,500 men and 150 came.
Well, however many ended up showing up. However many ended up showing up.
So now you got to look at that.
There was an overseas 7,500 men, and they paid overseas working. No. It wasn't 7,500 men that were
paid
hired.
Overseas females.
They paid overseas workers, female or male, whatever it might be, but to field all of the DMs and to feel all the stuff,
so
and then flirt with people.
Yeah, we got to know what they was
to come through.
See, now that's when you look at something and say, all right. you was all up in my DM for 4 days and telling me I was pretty and or handsome or whatever. Right. Now we got.
So during the presentation, there was a guy that jumped up on stage and took the mic from her to make a statement, and he said, "Excuse me, this ish that you did right here, pulled a stunt on all these men who had stuff to do. That's effed up. You know it's effed up." Like, so there was somebody that spoke out on stage there, on behalf of the people that were frustrated. Yo, I got stuff to do. Like, how are you?
Yeah.
Why did you do this to us, so to speak, right? So it wasn't even like you said, swipe left, or how we thought initially, swipe left, swipe right, and then there was some
communication.
There was communication and flirting and like actively trying to bring people in, right?
Yeah.
So there was that, but she also put out a statement that said, basically, so much backlash online and all of these men that are upset with me for having brought them to the thing or whatever, yet so many of them are still in my DMs trying to date me. That's her
And
statement. That's what she said.
And
Whether
where
that's
it
true
gets-
or not.
And that's I totally believe that's true. I so believe that is true. Yeah, you mad, but you still up in my DM.
Right.
You ain't that mad. That's why I say.
You
but
might not be that
But
mad.
probably. But I'm sure it's not 7,500 of them in her DM.
Oh no, for sure.
Probably a good 35 that are like, we don't care.
Right. And then when all is said and done, they're getting what they wanted, right? The attention, the views, the all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
Even though
And they got
as
the
I'm
appearance
looking-
on national talk show in the morning.
Right.
So,
well, I'm also looking at the YouTube account where the video is actually playing, and as much attention as this is getting, their whole wrap up video, which is basically what it was for, right? So to wrap it up and people come to YouTube and watch our thing. If I could show this. Stop trying to sell me stuff. They've only, after all of this, it's really only less than 80,000 views.
So they're still not.
They should have been, I mean, based on the amount
The
of...
fact that they were on the Good Morning, was it Good Morning America?
Good Morning
Was it?
America,
Yeah, they should
yeah.
have over 1 million views just on that.
79,549 views. So that kind of adds to, you know,
The situation the situation got bigger than the message.
Situation got bigger than the message.
Yeah.
Right? And do people care? That's
Well-
the other thing. It's like, okay, that was, you know, maybe you're thinking, oh, that was cute, and then keep it moving,
And
or
keep it
maybe you
moving.
thought that was stupid, and then you keep it moving.
Well, hey, what's it? Hey, or what's it gonna change and keep it moving? Because,
what's
like
it
the
gonna
girl
change?
said, you still in my inbox.
Still in the end.
So what does it change?
Right.
But speaking of the
I
situation
wonder if they have a
becoming
wedding next. It's like, look at all these. Okay, guys, who's gonna marry me? Get it
everybody
ready.
showed up for the groom.
You know why? Because when he says, when the priest says, you know, do you take? They don't say, do you take Nika Cleaver? Do you take this woman? And if not, then everybody
this
move
woman.
down. Everybody
This
move
woman?
down. All the bridesmaids you
This
can go
woman?
through. Do you take that woman? How about this woman? This man? How about this man? Do you take this man?
And we'll just run them through.
And
We'll just run them through.
7,500 potential suitors.
Nice.
I'm pregnant. Is it yours? How about yours? Maybe it's yours. What? We never had relations.
That was definitely not gonna fly. That one's definitely not gonna
We
fly.
never know what they're gonna do.
But check it
next.
out.
Sorry.
Speaking of situations that become bigger than the message.
Yeah.
Come on, Me Too.
Oh,
Come
all
on,
right.
Me Too.
She wanna talk about this, so
I
we
mean,
gonna talk
because you
about
know
this.
when you
No, yeah.
put a message out there, right?
Right.
You and this is kind of like, this kind of goes back to me when I think about this. This goes back to my argument that I always say, right? Like, if you gonna be the spokesperson, not the supporter, not all of that, right? Not the people
One
in
of
the
the
background,
founders, one of the
but the
founders, yeah.
forefront face, founder, front head runner of the movement. You need to be part of that movement, right? You
Yeah.
need to represent that movement if you're going to be the face.
Right.
That's the only person I'm talking about, right?
Right.
So in other words, if you black power, I need you to be in blackness, and black people need to do this, and money need to be spent, and black and black and black and black and black and black and black. I need you not to be married to a white woman. I'm just saying, you can't be the face of that movement. If you are the face of Me Too and telling everybody how bad it is to be assaulted or to be put in these positions, you can't be the assaulter. You just can't.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
right.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
It's the message is gonna get drowned.
Right.
Nobody's gonna hear what you're trying to say. We're gonna constantly talk about the fact that you are that person, right? What it just don't matter.
It takes the wind out of the sails,
It takes the wind
guys.
out the sail, like all day long. So I just need that to stop. So this woman is one of the founders of Me Too.
Asia Argento. Okay.
Yes.
So, right before the Me Too movement truly started gaining actual steam, you know, before its founding, Asia, one of the catalysts for it was a young lady named Asia Argento, who spoke out against Harvey Weinstein and said that, you know, he She even said it during an award show. Like, I think it was at Cannes or something. Like, you know, this was one of Harvey Weinstein's hunting grounds where he would try to get us into positions. And she claims Harvey Weinstein raped me. Right, and he assaulted me, and it's time to stop this thing in Hollywood and whatever. And her getting together with Rose McGowan and a bunch of other actresses, Me Too movement has begun. So she is one of the founding sort of members and ardent fighters of the Me Too movement, right? Okay, so came out earlier this week. The New York Times reported that it received a photo that was taken in 2013, right, of Asia Argento and the young man, oh my gosh, Bennett, I forgot his first name. Anyway, Mr. Bennett, young Mr. Bennett, in post-coital bliss, right? Now he says that she actually sexually assaulted him.
Right.
They had done a movie together a couple of years earlier where she actually played his son, right? She played her, he played her son. He played her son. So he says that she sexually assaulted him. Part of the problem, besides the sexual assault, which can, you know, Me Too can be men or women, right? Women or men. Right. And she had the power. She's famous and she's rich and she's, you know, an actress and she's older and all that stuff. He says that she jumped on top of him, like he was visiting her. She jumped on top of him. She gave him oral and then climbed on top of him and had sex with him, right? Besides the sexual assault feeling, you know, and situation there, he was also 17 years old at the time, and the age of consent in the state of California is 18 years old. So not only did she do that, but she did it to a minor. Right? So I don't know. You can go as far as to call it pedophilia, but because he's not a little kid, right? But she still did it with a minor, right? So so the New York Times said that they reported that they received a photo of the two of them lying in bed, among a bunch of other documents that were sent to the newspaper through encrypted emails by an unidentified party. Right? So we don't know, it's anonymous. This is anonymous, so we don't know who sent this, but look at all this information that we got, right? Right. Okay. So so he was 17 at the time and she was like 37 at the time it happened, right? So 20-year difference, and he's a minor. Yeah. So, she came out with a statement a couple of days or a day later or so, while everybody was waiting for her to say something like, look, you're the Me Too lady. This kid is saying this is what you did. Right. What's the word? What's the word? What are you saying? So it took like a day or almost two for her to actually put out a statement. But she said she denied everything. She said it was completely false. She said, I'm deeply shocked and hurt by having read news that is absolutely false. I have never had any sexual relationship with Bennett. Right? And then. So then he. Here's another part of it that's a kind of a side part of it. The part of the documents that the New York Times received said that he was paid off, right? So this is also part of the Me Too thing. He was assaulted and then paid off $300,000+ to hush up and never say nothing again. Plus he signed something. He signed over the copyrights of any photos that he has of them two together and what have you over to her in exchange. But she didn't have him sign a non-disclosure of any kind because apparently in the state of California, those documents are not legal when it comes to assault or any kind of thing, right? Right. So he approached her and told her, look, you did this to me. I really need money, and, you know, or else I'm going to tell people whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then so part of her statement also was that she basically told this story. If you guys don't know, she was also Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend, right? When he passed away. So her and Anthony Bourdain were kind of discussing, look, this kid is doing this and whatever. And then they kind of, she says that they kind of together decided, well, he's kind of a troubled soul who needs some help. We're not going to give him a bunch of money, but, you know, let's give him something to help him and then he can go on his way.
Right.
And that was the idea behind why he got money from them, because it's like, look, we like you, kid. You're a good guy. You know, you're going through some stuff. Here's some money so that you can go and try to live a better life and whatever.
Right.
Because at the time they did the digging, because he was in movies too, right? But over the past year until this stuff happened, he went from making like $2-point-something million the previous year, and then that year he had only made like 60 grand.
Gotcha.
Right? So he was like, for him, in desperate need of money.
Yeah.
And that's the story that came out with the Argento stuff. With the Argento stuff, that, you know, we were just trying to help a troubled soul who needed to continue on and get better at life. That's what they were saying, right? Right. Which implicates also Anthony Bourdain. On some level, right? But he's not here to say anything for himself, right? Yeah. He's not here to defend himself or whatever. She put his name in it. So still adamantly denying no sex, no any of that stuff. This person's crazy. You know, why would I do that? This is all false accusations. So yesterday, TMZ gets a photo.
This is so funny to me. I just
that wasn't supposed to exist on some level, right? And the photo looks like this.
That is so crazy.
So you guys tell me what that looks like to you. Some people call it post-coital bliss, right? Like this was allegedly also the photo that he took right after she assaulted him. So this is like post, you know, she jumped on me, gave me some oral love, so to speak, or oral, whatever she gave me.
Whatever that's called.
Then, and then jumped on me and then finished, and we took this picture, and, you know, but what does that look like? Could that just be some kind of like, maybe they just got out of the pool or something? Maybe she's wearing a bikini and you can't see.
They're in bed, babe.
Maybe
they're in bed, babe.
Right.
You know, I mean,
I'm trying to see if there's other explanations.
Shoulders are showing. You too close. He too young. Guilty.
Oh my gosh. You too close.
You too close. Too shoulders are showing. Guilty.
Like I don't want to jump into a thing where then later she's like, oh, that was cropped. Here's the actual photo, and she's just wearing like a gown or something like that, and then they're up against, you know, some kind of
wall.
She's like being, you know, sexy Aja, like, you know, she is, you know, she could take some sexy pictures and you never know. Like, it could be
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know that
Maria's like, no, it don't look like that. Come on. You know what that looks like.
You know what it looks like.
I'm just trying to be, you know the advocate. Like. I'm trying to like play the other side to see what kind of arguments come
we already know the, you know, of course, the backstory of what's going on. So yeah, baby, yeah. Busted. But I just don't understand the what's the word? You can speak freely and do whatever you want to do later on in life and pretend like it never happened, right? But you knew that happened. So why? It just
when Nika got to breathe for a second, she's like, look.
Me. Because it's like, you know, like even going into the movement, this is my thing. Like everybody has a story. Everybody's gone through stuff. People have made mistakes. People have effed up. People are, thank the Lord today that Facebook did not exist when we was young, right? That camera phones did not exist when we was young, because the stuff that we did, if it hit the internet, oh my gosh, right? So we all know that everybody has a story. So if you're gonna come out to something like a Me Too statement that's so serious, right? It is so serious. It changes people's lives. Think of everybody that's gotten hit with the Me Too thing. Yeah. It is literally altered, hindered, switched up they action what the heck they do in the world, right? So I'm gonna need you to come out with that at the beginning. Look, let me tell you, I am we're starting this movement, but we're starting it because I've been on both sides of it. Right? I've been in a situation where I've been accused of this, and I've been in a situation where I have had this done to me. So I understand how serious it is. When you do that, people can't do that. And then people can at least respect. I don't know.
It's hard. I mean, because here's the other thing, and this is the thing that kind of puts you in a weird kind of place, right? So if you did something and you know it was wrong at the time, right? And then you evolve as a human being and realize, right. I need to, that was wrong of me to do. And I want to now be motivated and then motivate others to fight this thing that I no longer, that I have grown out of and evolved from to despise, because not only have I done it, it's happened to me. I don't think that this should be the culture anymore, and I want to fight out against it. You having taken part in it, or you having done it, disqualifies you, but it's hard to be disqualified from a fight that you want to have, in a sense, right? Like, so that you want to fight for injustice now, right? Because remember, this also happened in 2013, right? So it's 5 years ago. The kid's in his, he's in his early 20s now. And it took a long time to come out, right? But this is a fight, 5 years, people can grow, people can evolve, people can become better, and know that, these are injustices that I think need to be fought, and I'm in a position of power where I can help a movement. But I need to be disqualified because I did it. How do I not be disqualified, I guess would be the answer, right? So what could she have done? You come out with it at the beginning. I've been on both sides. I've been on both sides because I'm sure as a woman, she's experienced some Me Too as well as most women have. Well, that's the point of it, right? She accused Harvey Weinstein of raping her, right? Exactly. So my point, but even if that wasn't it, I just know, because... Come out with it at the beginning. Come out with it at the beginning. Harvey Weinstein. Look, Harvey Weinstein did this stuff to me, and I, without even realizing, because maybe and hey, if you want to, sometimes you got to put a little spin on it, but maybe when Harvey Weinstein did it to me, I realized how detrimental it was, that me even having more of a friendship or relationship with somebody I worked with, or this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How detrimental that was. But honesty is always the best policy. If you put that stuff out there, and there's great PR people out there. Right? So they could flip it perfectly, and they could literally, and to make it be where it made me realize how wrong I really was 10 years ago, and how remorseful I really feel about what happened 10 years ago because of what happened to me today, and how this man made me feel today. So that would have been a more powerful. I'm so remorseful about this, and so ashamed about this, and feel this way about this. I don't want none of this happening to anybody ever again. Me too. Me too. Boom. And scene. Cue applause. And scene. That's what I'm. But when we gotta find out about it later, then that's when it messes it all up. You messed up the movement, and you messed up obviously yourself. You got to go somewhere now. Yes. And you can't. You might even have been the best person in the position. But now you got to go somewhere because of what you did before, and you weren't honest about it. And then that way. Okay, so here's a question, right? In doing that, I mean, just speculating now, people, right? And we'd love to hear what you guys think in the feed. Would the Me Too movement have jumped off the way it did had she done that? It's like, oh, well, we can't take your movement seriously. You never know what would have happened, though. Maria said, bottom line is to respect, period. But, one of the things that could have happened, too, what if it would have brought out more people who actually were the folks that did something to somebody else? No, I doubt that would have happened. Because nobody actually. Ain't a bunch of executives going to be like, I cannot believe I forced Angelina Jolie to love on me when she did not want to. I feel bad about it. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. I apologize to Mariah Carey for not putting out her record until she said, I should never have. Nobody going to do that. Until she said. Is that bad?
That was horrible.
I'm sorry.
But it was so funny.
I apologize on behalf of myself.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Lord,
Yeah,
bless all the
they weren't going to do that. They weren't going to do that. Because I was just about to say that, too, and just saying, you know, I try to be as open and transparent as myself as well, right? I'm not perfect. I like to do things. I do things.
Sure.
But I'm also not stupid enough to say something that gets recorded.
Every day. Right.
That the lawyer can just pull up in trial and say,
right.
what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, we got to have a little bit more common sense than that. But,
sure.
yeah, I think that you should definitely, you know, my dad used to say, man, if you're too ashamed to talk about it, then you shouldn't do it.
Right.
You know, so
it's
work it out.
a hard. You're right, but I'm just curious. I wonder if it would have, if Me Too would have fizzled out had she come out and done that. And I'm sure the Me Too movement can survive beyond this,
yeah, because
right?
other people, as long as other people
go
come
somewhere, and you know, there's still plenty of people who this has happened to, who this continues to happen to, who need to speak out.
But you don't want it to water it down. You don't want to water it down.
Right? No, and I think the only way to do that is to have her go somewhere. Honestly,
right.
I can honestly tell you this. Honestly, as just a regular person in the world, I did not know that she was one of the founding members. I know Rose McGowan because Rose McGowan is such an ardent speaker about this, and she goes and, you know, has talks, and she's written a book, and with Rose McGowan, though, I don't even think that she's the Me Too. Like, she doesn't mess with Me Too, so to speak. She has her own organization that speaks out against, and it's part of the well, it's separate from the Me Too, but they're doing the same thing. And then part of that is because the hashtag Me Too was, if I'm not mistaken, actually popularized by Alyssa Milano, right? Alyssa Milano does not, Rose McGowan does not like Alyssa Milano. Right? They used to work together in a show called Charmed, if you remember Charmed as a TV show.
I do remember Charmed.
So they worked together in a show called Charmed. They were cool then. But
not so cool now.
Rose McGowan does not like Alyssa Milano. She said it in an interview not that long ago. Alyssa Milano is married to one of the top agents in Hollywood, right? And apparently, the agency that he works for, and I'm not sure if he's personally been implicated, but the agency he's worked for has covered up a bunch of this Me Too stuff, right? So I don't know how Alyssa Milano pushing it kind of works in the household or the family or the dynamic. I'm not sure. Absolutely. But Rose McGowan has spoken out. Like, she was asked in an interview, like, okay, well, you know, what about the Me Too? She's like, what about the Me Too? And it was like that, like snarky.
And what about it?
What do you mean? What about it? Like,
I feel shade. I feel shade in her room.
You know, well, Alyssa Milano has really done. I don't like her. You don't like her. She was like, no, you don't think I know these people?
Oh yeah, right? so
you don't think I know these people? You don't think I know what they do? She's married to this guy, and and he is part of this, and they've covered up so
all
many cases of this
stuff.
And it's like, why? So with Rose McGowan, I think it's her Rose Army. You know, let's fight against the injustice in any workplace. You know, any kind of imbalance, and it's true, man. I mean, call it what you will, but the truth of the matter is, if somebody wrongs you, stand up, and you should not feel any type of way about standing up for yourself, for your rights, for your dignity. You should feel empowered to do that no matter where you are.
Absolutely.
And one thing that you should definitely keep in mind too, sometimes it helps to go to HR if you're in like a place, a workplace that has an HR department. My HR department is Nika, so when she does this kind of stuff, what am I going to do? Nika, I need to talk to you as HR.
About grabbing my booty. Could you
please be a little more gentle? That hurts. Anyway, but also keep in mind that an HR department is there to protect the rights of the company, not its employees. They are hired and paid by the company. So keep that in mind. If things don't really progress the way they're supposed to when you go and talk to HR, then don't feel like there's no other way to handle this. You know, there's plenty of attorneys, there's plenty of legal recourse that you can take, even if HR hasn't really moved to help you the proper way, you still have recourse. So feel empowered. Don't let anybody take advantage of you. And yeah, stand up for yourself. Like, come on, please. And you need to be a little more gentle. All right, that's it.
When I grab my booties, I'm very gentle.
Soapbox.
Look at me. I was very gentle when I grab my booty.
So that's the Asia Argento story. You know what? Another thing that makes me think sometimes is, I wonder, Anthony Bourdain is not with us anymore, obviously, but I wonder how their relationship would have fared this, right? Like, I honestly wonder, did he know that, how long they were together? That's the other thing. I don't know how long she and Anthony Bourdain dated, but if they were together during this and she did this, I wonder where their relationship would be right now. Like, I just saw this picture, girl. What are you saying? Like, you told me that there was nothing with this dude, and now I'm seeing like some old. I know that face. Right. I see that face 3 times a week.
Oh my goodness.
I know that face. So I don't know. That's another question but you know what? Question for the ages, because you honestly never know what's in a relationship. You never know what.
Well, they were having one of those. There's a group called Matters of the Heart that my boy Ray started, and they have all these little conversations and situations and stuff in that page. And so he had put up one of those pictures with the old man was like 65 or something, and the girl was 21. And it's like, what's your thoughts? And I'm thinking, well, that's a lucky old man and a all bills paid young woman. That's okay. That's my thoughts. He's the luckiest man that he know, and she's probably the most comfortable. Shoot, bills paid, chilling. I'm fine. Ain't worried about nothing. 21-year-old, she ain't tripping. All my little stuff is paid for. Whatever she want. Is probably taken care of.
Maybe.
And there ain't no 71-year-old man that's unhappy with being with a pretty, and she was pretty. It wasn't even like, in the eyes of the beholder pretty. She was right. She was pretty to many eyes.
She wasn't, bless her heart, pretty. She was, girl, pretty.
Like, she's a pretty girl. So, I feel like everybody happy. Like, the other people around them are probably not happy.
Okay.
And I doubt that this young girl is, looking towards the future of, let me have kids and let me do this and we're going to get married and get a cottage for the next 8 years of your life. I doubt that's what's going on.
Right.
But, I do. What you going to say? Do you have a problem with old men and young women, or young women and young men and old women?
But I think, as you said, I have the beholder kind of situation, right? So, it really depends on what your position in the relationship is, right? If you're the old man and you got a young girl, then you don't feel any type of way about dating the young girl, right? Obviously, if you are the young girl dating the older man, then you're not feeling any particular way about dating this older gentleman, right? However, if you are said young lady's father, or if you're a young man dating an older woman and you are said young man's mother
or son.
Then that turns into a different conversation.
Yeah, then they don't like that.
They don't know. They don't like that. So I think it's really in the eye of the beholder. I personally, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm just getting ready.
You just getting ready.
I personally don't see anything wrong for the two people in that relationship. I married an older woman.
How much older is she? Like hours?
She is.
She's 4 days older than me.
8 whole months. You know what you did.
That. Trying to manipulate me.
You know what you did.
Being a whole 8 months older.
8 months? Girl, that means that when you were walking and talking, I was still goo goo. When you were potty trained,
I was still peeing in my
I was still trying to figure it out. What is this? Where do I point it?
Meanwhile, she's like, that was last night.
You don't know.
That was last night. All right, so check it out. Yeah. Tonight, Jazzed Up Friday is going down.
Go grease lightning, burning up the quarter mile.
Grease lightning, go grease lightning.
Go grease lightning, something
like that. Okay, so tonight we're gonna be doing a jazzed up. We are gonna put on a black grease lightning. I'm just gonna say, a black grease. It is gonna be black people, and we're gonna do grease, and it's gonna be awesome.
Word.
Here's
a question. Do we combine Grease 1 and 2?
No,
music
sir.
From both?
Look, between you and Nicole, y'all are not going to keep bringing Grease 2 up in the situation.
You know you want a cool rider.
No.
A cool
I don't even know nothing about the Cool Riders.
You know about the Cool Riders.
I kind of remember that song.
Who's that guy? Where did he come from? Who's that guy?
Don't make me compete with you.
Where can I get one?
I said a grease lightning.
You can't just keep pulling out Grease Lightning, girl. You need other songs.
I mean, look, I got them all. You know I did.
One.
Beauty school dropouts. Are we going to be in a competition here? Is this what's happening right now? Because we can go. No graduation day for you.
No, you got to switch that. It's got to be.
Because it's black people.
How do them edges lay for you? Beauty school dropout.
How do them edges lay?
Was that wrong? Did I use the wrong terminology?
No, it's hilarious.
Oh, okay, thank you. See, Maria's a cool rider. Glow hit you with, I'll be your queen for all seasons. What? Come on.
Okay, let me hit you with it.
You know they got it.
Hold on, man.
You know they got it.
Don't make me forget my
Glow
songs.
loves Grease too. Come on.
Glow? Come on, man. We supposed to be sisters. We's on the same team.
Come on, y'all could be the pink ladies.
We in third grade. We have the pink ladies. Oh, they're on both.
OKC could be Thunder T-Birds.
Yeah, and EJ. Because he just looks like he's a T-Bird. Don't
then we'll be like,
look like he came from the T-Birds.
I'm still thinking Grease 2, so I can
Stop Grease 2? Bring
bust
it
you
back.
down.
Because I can't think of my
oh
songs
my gosh,
no
what is the song? I can't think of the one from the T-Bird song from the.
Oh, from the race.
From the Grease 1. Shut up. The T-Bird song from.
I can't help you at all because I don't Grease
the talent show.
I don't do it.
We go and walk, talk like a T-Bird, riding, walk, talk like a. Don't make me. I got all the power right here to just switch the feed. We all just watch Grease 2 for the next hour and a half. You don't know.
No, sir.
Oh, let's do it for our country.
You better be glad I can't
Red,
think.
white, and blue.
I said a Grease lightning. I can't think of any other song right now. Go Grease lightning. I said a Grease. I'm trying. I ain't got my phone. I can't Google the.
Oh, prowling. It's prowling. Walk, talk like a T-bird. Prowling. Okay, I got you.
I say it
again. We go together.
I was waiting for it.
And how about,
I was trying to get the words.
How about you're the one that I want. You are the one I want.
That's the end. I was going with that one. I wanted to remember the movie Drive-In. The Drive-In. Sitting at the drive-in.
Brandon a fool.
What will they say Monday at school? Okay, and then
hopelessly devoted.
Hopelessly Devoted is the jam. I think that was on the top 10, like in the billboards. Come on, y'all. That was like number 2 on Billboard's 100. Hopelessly Devoted. Y'all know y'all sang that, and she was like,
only Michael Jackson had beat the numbers.
Hopelessly devoted to you.
How about
good stuff.
How about what's the one where they were making fun of her?
That was right before Hopelessly Devoted, when she was like,
at me,
I'm Sandra D. Lousy.
Virginia
T.
We're gonna score
till I'm legally wed.
We're gonna score tonight.
I'm Sandra D.
We're gonna rock. We're gonna score.
I'm Sandra D.
Tonight. What is happening? Anybody still watching?
Oh my gosh! Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Okay.
Yes.
So all of that to say that there's a comedy show.
And
if you didn't get comedy then.
No. Finish Jazz Up Friday. That's what it was.
Well,
Jazz Up
no,
Friday tonight.
But it all went together.
It did it?
Yes.
I'll be quiet then. I'm just gonna sit here and.
It all went together. So look, there's a comedy show coming up with Earthquake and A Wild and Out and all these folks.
Right.
And tonight at Jazzed Up Friday, we are raffling $1 a ticket, fourth row seats and box stage passes. $1 a ticket, fourth row seats, backstage passes to this show, and you can be a winner.
Oh no! What did I do?
I don't know. What did you do?
I don't know. I'm gonna fix it because I know you wanna.
I'm about to say now. I'm just kidding. I said go Grease Lightning.
All right. So what is it to? What is it? The backstage passes.
Backstage passes to Earthquake.
Live and Laugh comedy show starring Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, King Kiran, September 8th, 2018 at the Lila Cockrell Theater. 200 East Market Street, San Antonio, Texas. Get your tickets today.
Yes,
today.
you are
featuring the comedian Earthquake.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you do their commercial. Thanks.
Tickets available at the Alamo Dome box office, Ticketmaster.com, or Lila Cockrell Theater box office. It's all featuring Earthquake.
It's going down, so make sure you guys go and check or get the tickets for sure, because tickets are on sale. I do have the hookup on those tickets, so if you come to Jazzed Up Friday and want to get a little hooked up, then definitely holler at your girl. And then of course we're gonna do a raffle, so we got backstage passes, $1 tickets, and you can win your chance to go backstage and meet the comedians. All right, so that's happening again. We're at Breathe Lounge, 6 to 10, $10 to get in. Free food, DJ directs on the 1s and 2s, and the experience is playing. So, those are my peeps. We're going to have a great time. It will be fun, right? Bring your dancing shoes and all that good stuff.
Experience. That's a different song, but, they could do it. Experience.
I like it.
Experience. Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, BSG are some very experienced, like that?
Yeah,
BSG's
I like
very experienced people who can protect your home and your family and you, all for as low as $14.95 a month. $14.95. And if you mention Miss Nika or the one, you get a free smart GPS thermostat.
Yes, and if you stretch a little more, we can show them what's happening. Here it is. Boom.
Boom. That's
experience.
What's it. Get it.
Experience. Anyway, so there you have it.
No.
You don't got it yet?
I did.
Oh, I don't hear anything.
I don't either.
Do y'all? You do not. Why? Because maybe you got to turn it up in the bottom corner right there.
It's your fault.
There it is.
Hot and weather conditions are not going to get any better. Bills have basically doubled. But what if I told you I have a way to save energy and money while protecting your family? This is your girl, Miss Nika, and your solution is Builders Systems Group, or BSG. Take the guessing out of saving energy and let your home act for you. Now picture a thermostat that is so smart that based on your location, activity, and even weather conditions, it can dial down to an energy-saving temperature when you leave and begin to readjust to the perfect temperature while you're on your way home. And guess what? I can get you that system for free. And that's not all. How about alarm monitoring as low as $14.95 and affordable monthly packages to turn any home into a smart home, keeping you, your kids, your family safe, monitored and controlled right from your cell phone or your smartwatch. So how do you get this free smart energy saving thermostat? Well, first you gotta call 210-877-1222 and tell them Miss Nika sent you. VSG, making home automation simple.
Tank's Pizza, located at 902 North New Braunfels Avenue, is the home of a modern interpretation on classic Italian dishes with the use of only the best and high-quality ingredients. You want pasta? They've got it. Calzones? They've got it. Wings? They've got it. And they even got salads for my healthy eaters with lunch specials and a lunch buffet, all for less than $10. And don't forget to wash it down with a glass of Kool-Aid. Their hours of service are Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Be sure you call my people at 210-320-9224. That's 210-320-9224. Yes, they do deliver. Just call them. Tank's Pizza. All that's missing is you.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Why don't you ever see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. Yeah, I get it.
If you smoked, this new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit SaveByTheScan.org.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
There it is.
And there it goes. And we're back.
Nika had a little pee break, but that's okay.
I mean, I had to check. I really did, and I had to check because people was in here and we weren't sure. I wasn't sure, okay. And I was like, "Ooh, Lord, did I miss an interview?" And then I didn't. They was just dropping off stuff.
Because you are very conscientious when it comes to other people's feelings. You would never swipe right on 7,500 people and then have 200 of them show up at the park.
Yeah,
at the Alamo Dome on some old, y'all need to do push-ups.
Not only would I do that, I would charge $10 admission at the door and have a concert there that they didn't know that they was going to.
Date Nika, featuring The Experience. What?
I sure would. They'd be like, and I had to pay $10 to get in. Show did, boo. That's my new promotional scheme.
You're giving me an idea.
Look,
I think what I want to do.
Zay, you didn't see my face because I...
No. I had a
If
thought.
Jazzed Up Fridays, I got 500 people there tonight. You know I swipe
left. What? I will swipe right for you. $10 at the door.
$10 at the door.
Plus download the app, and you might get swiped right.
Did I take it out? Did I come back?
If my wife will let me have a kissing booth.
No, you cannot be kissing on people.
I can make $20.
You're not going to be kissing on people.
You don't know?
That's not allowed.
I like the Fonz with mines. I be doing.
But you have to do kissing. Like if you have a kissing booth, you can't be just giving away pecks. You have to. I would hate to kiss somebody who done kissed a whole bunch of people.
Why can't I give away a peck?
You can't. No, I'm not paying for that. Mwah. You got to. You gotta get in there. You gotta get in there. That's not no $5 kissing booth.
Well, maybe just $1. So it's $1
for $1 for a mwah.
$5 for a peck. Open mouth, no tongue.
No tongue.
Then $10 for a little bit of, and then that's
with
it.
The tip of the
like
tongue.
We can touch tongues, and then you got to go.
And then you got to go.
$100.
100. It skips to 100.
Well, because then it gets a little personal now, right?
Right.
$100. 30 seconds.
30-second kiss.
30 full seconds.
But tongue.
My wife right there. Come on, man. Earn your 100, boy. Get in there.
10 more seconds.
And you done.
Right.
Oh, okay. Next, what you got? 100? Okay. Go. No?
If that worked, though.
Can we?
Would anybody?
Hold on. She putting emojis on here right now. What'd she put? Oh. We rescind the last announcement. There will be no kissing booth at Jazz the Friday this evening. And that is all.
I didn't even know they had middle finger emojis.
What is middle finger eggplant knife emoji?
Right.
What is that?
What is that?
What does that mean? I don't know. Somebody let me know, please, what that means.
Knife emoji.
Knife and eggplant emoji.
What's she trying to say? What's she trying to say to me?
I don't speak emoji. Talk to me.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
It's so funny because that's that thin line between love and hate, honey.
Oh, that line. Yeah.
It's like, I love you, man, but I love you so much, I will hate you. Right.
I will destroy your family. What?
That's how much
you
I love
are my family. You're in my family.
Right. Mm-hmm. We will destroy all of us.
You, me, the dog. We're all going. What?
Over.
Why? I didn't do anything.
You
was thinking.
That's deep. That's deep stuff. Well, look, it is time to go. It's 9:57, and it's almost that time. We grease-songed ourselves to death.
I want to talk about this next week because Snoop Dogg came out with a cookbook, and it's not.
It has mac and cheese, gin and juice.
Yeah, I show everybody. So it has mac and cheese, gin and juice, even lobster thermidor, but no cannabis.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cooking book.
It's a cook. Well,
you can cook with cannabis, but I mean, you can. But you still.
It's not an edibles book.
But
it is a cookbook.
It's a cookbook, but you can still use cannabis butter or oil or such and such to cook your regular foods. I'm just saying, it's a fact. You're gonna be mad at me about facts.
Hashtag nature. Okay. Anyway. Hashtag organic.
Right.
Hashtag nature. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Have you ever eaten something and continue
hungry?
hungry?
To your house for dinner then.
Right. You just be like, man, I keep being hungry.
I don't understand. I've eaten 12 lobsters and I am still
hungry.
Munchified. I don't get this. Every time I go to Nika's, I gain 18 pounds in 2
I'm gonna
hours.
tell you the first, not the first time, but one of the times that I had a brownie, because it wasn't the first, and I'm sure it's not the last. But one of the times that I had a brownie, I ate it and I was hungry, right? And so that was my mistake. I was like, man, I'm hungry. I'm just gonna eat
more brownies.
Some of this brownie, and I ate some of the brownie, and then I'm hungrier, right? So I'm like, frick, I'm hungrier now. So I went and ate the rest of the brownie. Stupid. Stupid.
She's cute. She's upset because she had a brownie and was still hungry. Anyway.
Because it was a brownie.
Yes. You don't like brownies? Like non-cannabified brownies?
I love non-cannabified and non-nut brownies.
Okay.
Love them. But I didn't have that. That's what was the problem. I was so stupid.
That you kept feeding the hunger with
hungerful brownies. And I was so mad at myself.
That's the new brand. Get hungerful for that non-hunger having you.
Right. I just was mad.
Maybe this is for Monday. But somebody remind me on Monday to ask Nika this question, because we're not going to answer it now. Don't say yes or no, because I know you're just going to jump in there. Is cannabis, I think I know the answer though. Can cannabis be used as a treatment for anorexia?
And
find out on Monday here on The One. Okay.
I can't wait for that show. All right, guys. Love you. We will see you tonight at Jazz Up Friday inside of Breathe. Again, $10 at the door, 6 to 10, free food. Great stuff. The Experience Live. You do not want to miss it. And a dollar raffle going off for backstage passes and tickets to the comedy show. So let's make it happen. Other than that, dear Lord, thank you so very much for waking us up for another day and giving us another opportunity to uplift the kingdom. Thank you for blessing us with a great week, fun guests, fun friends, getting lots of work done and making strives to being a better us. Grant us grace this weekend that we can see our friends and our family, have fun, relax a little bit, and be reminded of all the great things that we have in our life. Give us traveling grace today, and of course, let's keep joy in our hearts, knowing all things are possible through you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen, amen, and amen.
Amen.
Boom. I like that. All right, my friends, we love you.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys on Monday. Make sure to keep 3 things in mind this weekend. Keep it sexy, keep it classy, and keep it clean. We love you with everything. We'll see you guys on Monday. Kissy face.
We out.